Happy Friday, everybody. It's Kate Richburg. It is Friday, September 19th. We're all here ready to get our earrings done. Is everybody here? All right, just looking. Okay, great. Everyone's here. Hurrah. Good. Janice is not here today. It is Ellen who is here today. Janice is off to a birthday party she's got today. So it's great to have everybody here. We're going to work on these earrings. I'm going to grab real quick this Talkin' to Bees kit. I know you folks saw it yesterday with Sarah and I. We had a lot of fun doing it. I was kind of playing with it after the broadcast to finish it up because I've got to finish the page for it. So let me show you this real quick. Oh, and thanks for your nice comments on that. I did. I had a lot of fun with Sarah. It was great. And I hope you folks loved the project. We still have a few of the kits left. I have a few. So if you love the project, but let me show you. Let me just add this. This is kind of a mess here. So I'll show you. Let me see if I can get this on there. Okay. Let me do this. Hang on. I got to move this around. What's Miranda looking for?
That bag you just took.
What bag? Oh, I didn't take the bag. I just took this. I just took that.
I just didn't look very hard.
Okay. And let me spotlight this. So before we get into the earrings, I just want to show you, this is the mess from me yesterday. What I did after the broadcast, and I'm going to make these notes on the project page. I should have those done today. No rest for the weary, I'll tell you. Got to keep going, got to get it done. But I did the closure yesterday on this necklace. It was really super fun to make with you all yesterday. But I was not getting everything lined up correctly. So I took off the closure that I put on and I'm kind of reassembling. So I just want to show you this again. There's some photos that are going to go on the project page. But you'll see the main thing is, and I should have counted these with the drops that I did. 1, 2, 3, 4. When I did the drops for you, I had a drop here in the center, right, that lined up. Actually, with the 25 drops that are on the strand, the drops actually need to go on the sides of this one, not one in the center, which actually works out a little bit better, right? So that when the charms and everything are lined up, and it shows this in the photo, when everything is lined up, and they're going to come in kind of tight here. I don't want a really big space in between them. They all come in together and then close up. If you want more of a, more macrame covering this, you can go up here and go up here on the side. But I'm going to go ahead, just like I did before, and just crimp it all. So I do have some soft flex showing here. Okay. That's what I want to do. So yeah, that's where we're at with it. But all of these are going to just come together, and then we will close it up. Let me do this like this, and this one like this. Whoops. So you can see how they will all just come in and hang together. And you decide how you like. If you want this one longer or this one longer or this one longer. But I just wanted to show you the main thing here was that the centers for these line up this way. Okay, I'm really pleased with the necklace. It was really a lot of fun to do. Yeah, so I hope that you folks love making it. I may do this project again because I just loved the way that it came out. And I thought it was just a really fun, simple project to make and really great and easy project to wear. So I don't know, maybe I'll do another kit in a different colorway with some different charms and stuff. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun to do. So there that is. So yeah, so just start, give yourself, and oh, the other thing I wanted to say is, and I'm going to put this in the notes, I want you to give yourself plenty of soft flex. I think I told you to cut about 4 extra inches. I would go ahead and cut 26 inches of each of these strands. So I would just go ahead and just give yourself a little bit extra. I'm going to put that in the notes. Mine is almost exactly right on with the length, but I want you to make sure that you have enough. So give yourself a couple of extra inches on this. And Deborah has a question. She says, Kate, if you wanted to make them as separate strands and add to the multiple clasp, you could then, because this comes all together as a macrame loop and the toggle. But if you wanted to make them with multiple endings and get some different things, Miranda, will you grab me the hammered toggle and then the layering clasp? I had the layering clasp here, but I think you stole it back. You stole it back. Yes, please. So you could use the hammered toggle on each of them, which would look great. And actually, when I crimp these together, I am going to kind of overlay them. I'm not going to have them be layered together, right? Thanks, my friend. So these, if you wanted to make each one as a separate, I would get yourself, and we carry these separately, get yourself a toggle, a hammered toggle, and loop like this, or you could crimp all 3 of these onto our layering necklace. You could do that too, right? So it just depends. Or you could close it like I did here with the 3 all together, like this, under this toggle, and I macrameed it. And if you watch my broadcast with Sarah, you'll see I went ahead and cut it away because I wanted to alter the layering just a little bit. So I'm just redoing it. It's no big deal. So it would be that way. And then all of these come together to do the macrame loop, right? So it just depends. It just depends. I am really, really pleased with this necklace. And thank you, folks, so much. I'll have like a shopping list to just regular links to the Chinese knotting cord. So you could create this with your stash. This, though, the linchpin is really this, this clasp. I wanted to do the loop in macrame, but if you're like, you know what, Kate, I don't want to do the macrame loop. This doesn't come with your kit, the hammered, the other side of this toggle, but you could toss one in your cart and get one for yourself, you know, and do it that way as well. So there's a lot of options. I also showed how you could just create this with the different beads here. I did this with a little beaded pattern like so, or, you know, whatever, or some colors. I'll also take a little photograph of this. I took the drops out of here because I needed them for this. But the drops, as you see, are right there. So yeah, however you want to do it, as I say, I will get this up. I'll link it in the newsletter tomorrow so you've got that direct link. But you should be good to go for this to create it. I can't wait to see what you make. I also wanted to give you folks, let me put myself up here for a second, an update on, I'm getting emails about the retreat wrap. Here it is. It's this one. So let me put it under the camera too.
Oh, that's classified.
What is it? Classified? The retreat wrap? Let me show you. I'm so in love with this. I can't wait to finish mine. Let me put this here. But let me talk to you a little bit about the retreat wrap. Okay. I know that you folks at the retreat made yours and are working on yours, and they came out just beautifully. And I have had requests and wanting to know, Kate, when the heck is all of this coming down so the rest of us can make these? Okay. And so, Shaw Marie, thanks for asking. I'll tell you that Talking to Bees, I will have it linked. It's linked on the homepage of beadshop.com. And I did a broadcast yesterday. It's on our YouTube. You can find it there. And I talk about all of the different things that I used for this necklace. Essentially, you use a 0.5 CKC, you use some check glass beads, and then we use the Soft Flex 0.019. I'll have all of that up on the project page as well. So if you're new, if you didn't see it, if you want to make your own, all of that, pardon me, that'll all be there. I just need to finish it. Question?
I had 2 specific emails about this part.
Okay. May I use yours? Here's Miranda's. I'll show you that. Oh, and what were the questions? Just when are we going to make it?
What is that?
Right.
What
are we going to make it? Yes. So let me tell you. So let me put this aside. There. Let me answer this question from Michelle, and then I'll get to these. So Michelle is asking about the mixes that I do gift with purchase. I do keep track of the mix formula. So let me know in the comments, Michelle, or just email them. But I do have all of those archived in our docs. So let me know. I should be able to find it. And then Terry was asking about, does the CKC flow nicely when macrameed? It really does. Let me put this under the camera. You know, we use the Chinese knotting cord in all of our Bollywood bracelets and stuff. So you could also, instead of the Chinese knotting cord, you could use regular Ceylon as well. And they both act very, very similarly. Okay, so I love it. I love using this 0.5. I think it looks really, really polished. And again, for just one necklace like this, this will be a great holiday gift, right? That'll be perfect. Okay. So, okay, let's get to these and then we'll get to the earrings. Okay. So, oh my gosh, Terry Bass, if you have a stack of spools, girl, get in there. Get in there and macrame with those. You will never look back. I promise you. I promise you. So this, let me highlight this. So those of you who remember this project, this was the wrap from the retreat. We called it the retreat wrap, and it had a bunch of different stacks. Let me see if I have the individual ones over here as well. I think I have them. Put them aside right here in my basket. This one. Thanks to Sarah Little who came and helped out that week. Without Sarah Little, Sarah, you might have to come and help for the Great Beat Extravaganza.
Or for next week.
You know, just saying, because I got to get those samples done. But this was the one, everyone was super into this section of the wrap. So what I decided to do for the Great Beat Extravaganza, we're going to do this project for Great Bead. Okay. And I'm going to do a kit for it. All right. So this single one, like I did here, this is Miranda's that Miranda did there. Right. What?
It's not done yet.
It's not quite done. It will be. But see, this is the one that was in, and I just love the way it looks. I feel like it's a little reminiscent of these, what did I call them? The adventure bracelets, right? This one is similar. The one that I did with the chain. Where is that one? Let me see if I can find it. You know me, I love, here's that black one. This is the black one here. I did these for a TGBE. Oh, Ellen, thanks for asking. The Great Beat Extravaganza is, what's that weekend? The 17th, 18th, 19th?
Of October.
Whatever that weekend is. Let me, Miranda's checking.
Yep. 17,
17, 18, 19. So the 17th, that Friday night
of October.
of October, that Friday night is the preview party. There we go. See, Expedition. Thank you. Expedition bracelet, whatever it's called. You should know, Michelle. You made like 5 billion of them, right? This goes, I think this goes really well with Expedition. Then I did this one that's similar to the Expedition, but we use some of our metal beads in it, right? This also kind of has an Expedition-like feel to it, right? So this is going to be the Great Bead Extravaganza project, okay? It's going to be this. It'll be wrap 1, section 1 of the retreat wrap, and I'll do it in a kit. Okay. So then what we'll do is we're going to do the rest of the wrap. It'll be separate. We'll go from this herringbone all the way here. The herringbone, the drops, and this 4-strand ladder portion. And then these with the tieless and stuff too. We're going to do this section as part 2, and we're going to do this either in 2 or 3 live sessions. This will also be a kit. So you'll be able to buy a kit for this right here, especially for the Great Bead Extravaganza. I'm going to try and get this out soon, but I promise you it'll be, if not the Friday of Great Bead Extravaganza or before, I don't know. We'll get it out. Then this one will be a separate kit for the wrap. Okay. So you'll be able to make this portion and wrap, and then make this one as a single. You'll know how to do it. So if you want to make another one and incorporate this into the wrap, but what I learned at the retreat, and I'm taking it to heart, is that my retreat attendees, my retreaters, were like, Kate, this was like way too much. I mean, it was great. A lot of people finished, but some people were overwhelmed. So I really wanted to break this up into a smaller wrap like this, and then the single wrap like this. Okay. And the guitar bracelet, Leslie, I think it's linked on the homepage, right? Or look up guitar bracelet. look under Super Duo bracelets. It's all there, and the handout is linked. So you should be able to find it. It should be there. Ellen, if you can pop this in to the chat, but it should be right there. I think it's on the homepage, honestly. I haven't moved it. So let me see. Let me just look if I can find it. Go in here, go into the homepage. If you scroll down, yeah, guitar strap bracelet. It's like in the middle of the page. Click on it. It'll take you to the project page. And if you scroll down, keep scrolling down, under project map, it says to go to Danielle's website here to download the written instructions. So they are there. Okay. You should be good to go. Yeah, so that's it. Let me put this back. Hang on. So we're good. But that bracelet was super, super, super epic. It was a lot of fun. And I think that the general consensus on this retreat wrap was that people learned a lot of stuff. It was a lot to do, right? So again, this will be perfect for TGBE. I need to decide if I'm doing 1 or 2 colorways. I'll see what we've got the bandwidth for, right? And Sandy, you sure can. You can make each section the individual bracelet. That's what Sarah did here with these. So you'll be able to create, and when I focus on these on the live broadcast, you'll be able to make it individually or as part of the wrap. Okay, so here are these 3. That's this section, and this section. And then we'll go on to, this is the one with the Tyla. Very easy. You already know how to do this, really. But this one is a lot of fun, where we use 4 strands of leather. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's kind of like almost like looming here. But these are the 5 actually. This one for TGBE, and then this one for the live broadcasts, okay, that you can work on. There's also, I did this one, when we come out of this, we split this out, these 4, to go out to kind of this individual wrap right here, right? So that's kind of a hand in hand. And then this, I just show, you just do some macrame if you have to lengthen your piece a little bit here. So Angela's asking, what are the stones available? What are the stones in the middle of this bracelet? These, Angela, let me highlight this one. Let me get in a little bit tighter. These are 6 millimeter, and in the kit, there's going to be a 6 millimeter fire polish. But this could be anything that's 6 millimeter. It could be a 6 millimeter semi-presh. It could be, you know, you can see these are 8/0 right here. It could be a stack of 8/0. It just depends, but it's going to be, in this one, it'll be a 6 millimeter fire polish. Okay. This is the keyholes chain that we used from the retreat. I'm actually going to switch it up and use a different Rolo chain for the TGBE kit. But it'll have a really similar look. Okay. So that's it. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun. So anyway, thank you. So hopefully that answers a bunch of questions that we've had. This is going to go back to Miranda, that bracelet there.
So you can finish it.
I could finish it for you. And then here are all of these. I love this one. This is a great one also for just a single bracelet, especially for holidays. If you need a bracelet, just a really, one that has a lot of curb appeal and isn't that difficult to make, this one is really fabulous. It's the herringbone with the 8/0. And in the kit, I'm going to do a super duo duet for this, so it has a little bit more of a texture to it. But I think it's going to be fun, right? This super duo is matte. I haven't published it yet because it is Purple Velvet Wine. It's not published because it was from the retreat. But we do have, I did a how-to. Let me show you. Hang on. Come with me. Let me add, I promise you I'll get to this earring, but let me add the screen. Hang on. Let me go to Bead Shop and let me show you where to find some things here. Bear with me here just a second. I'm going to close up some windows so I don't accidentally show you some coveted information, classified information. That's what I'm always worried when I share my screen. I'm always worried that, oh, I'm going to share the wrong screen. Okay. So here it is. Okay. Let me show you where to find some of this wrap info. If we go, here we are. Is that right? Are we good? Okay. If we, let me go to full screen layout here. There we go. If you go to Skill Builders, scroll down. Here's the how to herringbone ladder with super duos. I've got a little handout right here. See, is that going? That's on here. And I just talk about how to do that with the super duos. Okay. Now, there is, I'm going to show you this. Whoops. Let me share that screen. Hold, please. Hang on. Let me get there. Share my screen. I want to do this one. I want to share that. Okay. Now, let's go to projects. I'm going to go to bracelets. We're going to scroll down here to Super Duo bracelets. I'm going to go here to herringbone ladder, and I want you to go to birds and bees. And I'm going to scroll down. This project right here shows you how to ladder 4 different ways with the super duos. Can you see that one on the bottom is the same one that I have on my wrist with the super duos and the 8/0. Then you go above it, and this is what we call kind of our seashore one. It's the super duos in the 4 groups of 4. Above that one is just the plain herringbone. And the one above that is kind of the super duo laddering. So this is the birds and the bees. And right here, that is the live project that I did. And let's see, I'm going to click on it. I'm going to pause it. What does it say? This is from what date? I'm looking for the date. It was streamed live on February 22nd, 2003. I'm going to put the link down here. Okay, it's right there. That's the link. It was really, really fun to make. And if you kind of dig this look, doing all of the laddering with super duos, and I'll have to bring that one back because it was really fun to do. But that is the ultimate project for laddering with all of the super duos and achieving that. So hopefully that helps, right? But it was fun. This project would look great with all of the super duo duets, right? It would look great with those as well. So hopefully that will that'll be good. Okay. There's Avonda. Avonda, let me tell you something. Whoops, sorry. Playing now. I made this play. Sorry. Let me close it up. Avonda's here. Avonda, let me tell you, my mom was super stoked that you won. I think you won one of her journals. She won a journal, right? Mm-hmm. My mom is obsessed with your name being Avonda Hightower. She won the TierraCast kit. Well, my mom, she was watching that broadcast. And my mom just loves your gnome. She wants to use that as her gnome de plume. It sounds so like a character in a novel. So I don't know. Maybe that's too much information. But I wanted to let you know that my mom, when we were at my birthday dinner, my mom was all, I just love that name. So it was funny. Anyway, I hope that didn't embarrass you, but I wanted to share it with you. All right. So I know nary a symbol, Terry Bass, with this one. You can definitely do it. It was really, really fun. So, and thank you. I was hoping to have it be kind of timeless, right? So, yes, good, Avonda. Great. As soon as I said it, I hope you're not weirded out, but we're all family. We're all family here. I'll link this one, Annie, in the newsletter, The Birds and the Bees, this weekend as well. This one that's showing, so you can see it. This one was really great. I think I brought the project with me to the retreat. It was sitting up here. The Birds and the Bees, the one that's all super duos. Yeah, I need to look for it.
Gone forever.
No, it's here. It's been hanging up here next to me. Let me see if it's on. It could be back here. But I want to bring this one back because laddering with all of those super duos. Yeah, I don't see it here. Laddering with all the super duos was so super fun. Yeah, it's probably still put away. I'm still not 100% unpacked. But because I really, really want to do this one with the duets, right? I think it would really look great with that. Okay, let me stop sharing this one. Let me turn that off. Let's put this one big, and let's get to the earrings. Okay. All right, so let me put these aside. Let me get the earrings because I've been doing some thinking about these. Oh, thanks. The black kitties. Those are from Miranda. Those are my birthday kitties.
Oh, I thought she might have those.
No, my birthday kitties.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, I know. It was great. So here's the one that I've been working on. This is the epic one, right? The one that has all the rows. But I wanted to go over doing the interior. I'm going to do the interior here because I realized I didn't do that on Waltz on Wednesday. And Miranda had a good thought as well. if you don't want to use the brios, if you're like, you know what, the briolette's just going to throw me over the edge, we can also use these Swarovski crystal from my Swarovski crystal stash. And you could put one there in the bottom, these round ones especially. You could put one in the bottom and put a couple in the interior, right? And that would look great as well. So I think, you know, I'm going to show you this, but these would also look really nice stacked up there inside. So you can use any of these crystals. You can really use anything you want, right? But let me go ahead and do the inside of this one, right? So we get the inside, just the inside beading on this one. But you can see the brio looks nice too. The brio looks, I can't make a decision, to be honest, which one I love more. You could put one of these round crystals in the bottom and the brio up here. You know, whatever. But let me dump out my mix that's here. And again, you could also, if you're doing this just with a single loop like this, you could put the brio on the bottom and the crystals on the inside too. That would work really, really well. So let me dump these out. I've got one Wayward Gem Duo in here. The ones I used were the Alabaster Opal. So that was these guys right here. These. That. And here's my center here. So I'm just going to cut another piece. Let me, I think these are woven in, but if they're not, I'm going to get rid of these. These are ready to go, right? I should have woven them in earlier, but they're kind of getting in my way, right? I like the briolette too, Dawn. I probably, since these are my birthday earrings, I will probably keep the briolette because I want them to be really pretty fancy pants, right? There we go. Needle that thread. Get this down here. Go through. Trying to turn the corner here to weave this in. It doesn't take long to weave in your threads. And sometimes visually, I don't know about you, if there's too many threads in your way, I get a little off with it, right? So there's that one. That one's woven in. There we go. Let me weave this one in because it's too short to do anything with. And then I'll just weave a new thread in. Here's this. Get that down a little bit closer. Get that down. Get this one. Get that. Get this one in here. There we go. Bring this through. And I'm going to clip it. Okay. Oh, I love it, Dawn. Your birthday is Tuesday. Another September baby. Awesome. Love. So this is ready for the interior. Okay. So let me cut another, I don't know, wingspan of thread. Let's go ahead. I've got my bigger, I thought I had my size 10. beading needle. That one I was working with a sharp, but this one I want a regular beading needle. I think maybe this is a 12. Okay, needling that thread. Let me zoom in just a hair here. There we go. Now I'm going to come in. I'm actually just going to tie a knot. It doesn't really matter where we start. So with this, start around that circle. Doesn't really matter. I'll come in, but I do need to leave a tail. But I'll come in and I'll do a little square knot. I'll weave that tail in later. But let's make sure that this is tight. There we go. Okay. And now we're just going to start. So we start with the interior with 2. And I put my needle through that center, just like we start the base row, right? But we're starting it on the inside. So there are my 2. So I come up from the back in between 2 of those beads, like so. And I brick stitch up this side, this bead, down the center of the first bead that's on, through again so it sits nicely, and then I'm just going to repeat that, kind of like I'm just doing the regular brick stitch. So I go around and back up that first one, so that makes it sit nicely, down through the second, around the ring, and back up. Okay, these are still, that first one is sitting a little oddly, but that's okay, because when you come around to finish it, it's going to straighten it up. Okay, just like that. So now I'm just going to keep stitching. I'm going to put my bead on, go through my center, come up between, I'm using the guide of the beads on the other side of this loop, kind of hard to see because they're gray, but I'm sending my needle up between those 2. Okay, and I come in, I'll send it through there. You see that right there. And bring it. Oh, and thank you. Ellen linked a reel from our YouTube channel. Speaking of our YouTube channel, my friends, if you're watching us on YouTube, whoops, I went the wrong way because I got distracted by thinking about YouTube. If you watch us on YouTube and you haven't subscribed, do me a solid. I'm going to have to take this needle out. Do me a solid right now and click that subscribe button, okay? We're making some progress towards 100,000, but I really want to get there. We're languishing at like almost 90,000. I just have like 10,000 more to go. And I know when I look at the stats for YouTube, I know that you're watching and not subscribed. Right? So come on in. The water's fine. Just hit that subscribe. I'd love it. I'd love it. Okay. So what I do here, let me see if I can get closer. Okay. Let me get a little tighter if I can without losing the focus. I put on my bead and see what I've done. Oh, that's not really right either. Hang on. Sorry. It's because all of this is the same frickin' color. Hang on, let me take this out. I'll show you what the mistake is. I can't abide it, right? I can't keep it in there. Let me show you. The mistake is right here. See how I went through and I'm in between these two beads. I'm not right here. I should be right there, but instead I went through over there. So let me take it out one more time, because where we're going, let me show you with the needle. I'm going to poke the needle through, and then let me zoom out or try and go to the side. That's where you want to go. You want to go between the ring and the first two, or not the first two, but in between these beads in the first row. Does that make sense? So let me rethread this. I still have my bead on, so my bead can stay. So Ellen is saying that she does start with the beads on the inside. You know, I think the way that I learned this, I learned to put beads on the outside, and then I wanted to add beads in. So I jumped down and I put beads on the interior. Ellen, you're saying you start the other way. I don't think it makes any bit of difference. I think I like starting on this outside ring because I like seeing the colors and everything. And then I pop in it here. Right? So, but maybe if you want to do the inside and then go around, you're still going to have to, if you're around the inside here, you're still going to have to put these on, come through in between the beads. So I don't think it makes much of a difference, to be honest. Right? I mean, whatevs, whatever works. So here we go. I've come around, I've come between those two, and I'm coming up. All right, so that gives me that one, right? So now this is next. I go to my next pair that's on the outside, which is here. I put my needle through those two. I'm coming around the back of that ring, and I come up and through that 8/0. Sorry, I was off out of frame. What I need, yeah, on TikTok, I need to do, we have a TikTok account. Bead Shop has a TikTok. I think I have one TikTok on there. But I'll tell you, I don't have the bandwidth to remix something and put it on TikTok. If anyone wants to work for beads, we could definitely recycle. We've got so much content, but I cannot add one more thing to my plate. You know that. Some of you have been waiting for an email. I'm right. What's one more thing? Right? I've got to teach Alfie how to TikTok. It's not hard, and I love it. And sometimes I watch TikTok for sure. The content, though, needs to be remixed a little bit differently for TikTok, right? TikTok doesn't like long form. TikTok likes short form. Short form. So, I know how to do it. It's just that I do need to sleep like 6 hours a night. So, yeah, Margaret, the ring is actually the thread bridge. That's exactly right. Right there. So yeah. I know it's a whole thing, right? It's a whole thing. So right now, for me, for long form tutorials and for our target market and for our customer, YouTube is where it's at for us. I do need to put in some shorter tutorials, cut some of our lives into short form tutorials. But again, no time, my friends. But someday, I mean, I would love to do that. I would just love to create educational content, not do any business stuff, not answer emails, not one of the other many things, think about product, all of that, the many other hats that I wear. I would just love to go back to my old moniker of Director of Education for beadshop.com. Those were the days back in the 90s, right? That was fun, right? But just don't have the time. But if anyone wants to work for beads and do some, Ellen does a great job. She does all of the time stamping and stuff for our things. But again, we only have 24 hours a day and 2 hands, right? But again, I wish I didn't need so much sleep.
We need a teenager.
Right? Well, we need someone who knows beads. Yeah, I always need one more Black Gigi. I was watching Gigi. If you know Black Cat Gigi, Miranda laughs at me because I love watching Black Cat Gigi. So at night, and it's an AI generated, it's a black cat, lives in Japan, and Gigi does all kinds of things. Gigi does a lot of cooking. So little Ollie, who looks a lot like Black Cat Gigi, watches Black Cat Gigi with me at night. He sits on the bed and he is transfixed, especially when Gigi cooks. So I feel like one morning I'm going to wake up and little Ollie is going to be up on the stove chopping something into a boiling pot and cooking. I'm telling you. Because he will watch it with me for hours, right? And I don't watch it for hours, but I'll watch 2 or 3 and I'll rewatch them. I just love it. And little Ollie is right there with me. Like Gigi puts on his little blue backpack and goes to Italy to learn how to make pizza. I mean, little Ollie is right there with him. So it's funny. It's funny what cats will do, right? I know, I love it. I just love, and Gigi with his apron, and I love it. It's got me hook, line, and sinker, right? What are you going to do? Like at night, I have to, as Chris likes to say, let my brain leak out my ears, sit there and just let the day go. And so watching some mindless YouTube. I also watch travel videos, people that travel on trains. Love it. Also people that travel on airplanes. I love watching travel. I don't know about you folks, but I do. I just love it. Right? I can't help it. But that's like my mindless TV. So now when I get to kind of the end here, this is where we have to make a decision. We have to see if we can fit another A-dot in here. Let me get a little closer. Okay. Let me go back and a little closer. So, whoops, that kind of flung in the air. You can see here, it's pretty close. This is a little smaller than what an A-dot would be. So I'm just going to join them here, and this will kind of scoot itself out and around. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. Here we go. I'm going to go from that A-dot to this A-dot, go down. Whoops. Go down. There we go. And see how now when I tighten it up, it brings everything together. So that's done. I will come in. Let's go ahead and add the brio on the inside. Okay, like this. So I'm going to weave down here. I'm just going to reinforce it a little bit. And then I'll come down here. And this will determine my center. Okay. But you can do it after the fact too. You can do it wherever. So now let's put on, I think I'm going to taper it with an 11, then a 15, then the brio, then a 15, then an 11. Let me see if here are the 15s. Here are the 11s. And so I go here. I go here. I go here. Let me just see what that looks like before I go any further. Yeah, that's good. See how there's that 15 and there's that 11. Oh, thanks for the travel recommendations. I love it. Oh, I love it. You're traveling, Wendy, in your RV from Florida to California. I love it. And your cat is with you, being a very good boy. I love that. Oh, Downey Live. Love that. I'm going to have to travel. I'm going to have to check that. He's taking the train from coast to coast in Europe. I love it. Bushcraft Builds. I'm going to have to look at that. My favorite right now is a local Bay Area guy. I will tell you which one. I need to go to my playlist and find him. It's Adam. Here he is. He does local. I'm going to put him in the chat right here in the thing. He does like local travel, though he also does like international travel as well. But he travels a lot in the Bay Area. So it's like right in my backyard. And, you know, he goes around San Francisco, which I love. I'm like, I know where that is. I know where that is. I watched the one last night where he camped overnight on Angel Island, which I've always wanted to do. So that was fun to see. He goes to Yosemite. I really like him. He's kind of super casual. But yeah, I like him.
I love watching when they fly Singapore Airlines, whatever the airline is. Singapore Air. One of those fancy airlines where you can like lay down and they leave all this food.
I love watching the airline people that fly first class. Yeah, the first class or business class. I also love to watch the like the first class train compartments and stuff. Those are really fun. The Japanese trains are amazing. I also am a big fan of some pilots do YouTubes of their piloting when they fly. And there's some pilots that fly out of SFO, which is my favorite airport. And, you know, they have a long haul flight. And it's so great to watch them take off from SFO, my favorite. Yes, traveling on the Orient Express trains in Japan, I do the same thing. Dawn, that really super exclusive fancy one. I think the train is green, maybe. It's really gorgeous. I love it. Yeah. So I love the traveling ones. What I'm doing here, my friends, is I'm going back through and see, I'm doing it again, just reinforcing. I came around. Now I'm going back through those guys here. Okay. Like this. and I come around like this. Suha, thank you, from Africa, from the beautiful continent of Africa, where we get many of our beads from. Great to have you. Here we go through. And now I'm just going to weave this out. See here? Oh no, landing in SFO, it's my favorite, Margaret, because when you land in SFO, sometimes you land in tandem, right? Because it has two side-by-side runways, which I love to see. And you are landing right over the bay because the runway starts like right there, like right at the edge, right? So you're coming in, and then all of a sudden you see the runway and you're all, yes, I'm in. But yeah, I love it. But I'm not a fearful flyer. I love to fly. I love to fly. So yeah, it's but SFO, it's a beautiful, so much art. The SF MoMA, the San Francisco Museum of Modern Art, they do exhibits there, which is cool. So we've got a curator from the SF MoMA that does the art there. It's pretty awesome. So there's a lot of great art. And the shopping in the International Terminal is amazing. So I always take time to go look at the Hermes store. I do, right? Just think about it. Yeah, let's go. Leslie, think about taking off. You're just barreling down that runway, then you pull back on the stick, then all of a sudden you are in the sky. I don't know what it is about flight, but I love it, right? There is a yoga room in the SF airport. We also have, I say we because that's my home airport. We also have therapy animals. You might see the therapy pig. You might see, there's a therapy rabbit. What's that? Yeah, at SFO. There's the therapy pig. There's the therapy, one of those big, what do they call those giant rabbits? What's the, I was going to say the brand.
Lop-ear?
No, it's one of the big, like a Dutch rabbit. It's one of those giant ones. He was also just at the San Francisco Giants game. We do, Deborah, I love, there's a therapy pig. Flemish. They have a big Flemish. But yeah, it is true. Like, I love it. You're barreling down that runway, then you pull back on the stick, and then you are airborne, my friends. Flemish giant rabbit. That's it. I watch a lot of flight videos because I think it's so interesting. My father-in-law, Chris's dad, was a pilot for Delta, and he talks about some of his adventures. But yeah, flight, I mean, it's a miracle. It's a miracle of science, right? I love it. Plus, it allows us to travel, and travel is the best. Travel is the best. So here we are. So that's the center. So whatever you do with this, right? However you create yours, you can use that brio in the center. You can use the crystal in the center. You could put, instead of the gem duos down there, you could put crystals on the bottom and just use a little bit of a picot there, like that, right? So however you want to do it, but this is a good time to take your screenshot. You could even put your small loop. Look at how great that looks. You could put your small loop up on top, right? It doesn't have to be hanging on the bottom. And then put this guy your little closure right on the top there. I need to add, I used one of those symbols up here at the top. Do you remember what that was called?
Violetta? Or did you use
No. Ramada, I think, is what I used there. I have to add that. But this is really pretty. I might have to make this configuration in another colorway. It's a little smaller. This one is Gigantor, but I love it. Yes, the Kazuri beads, beautiful Kazuri beads from Kenya. We've had those when I had my store in San Francisco. We carried those beautiful Kazuri beads. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, my friends. Well, that will do it. Good time for a screenshot. I'll take a shot of this as well to put in the notes down below and the Waltz earring. I've got my work cut out for me today. Chris and I are going to get our flu shots, our flu jab and our COVID jab after this because Kaiser has walk-ins now. So we're going to go walk in, get our shots right there. And then we'll come back and I will finish this stuff. I'll have it up for the weekend. Stay tuned to your newsletters for the weekend. This birthday week of mine was just crazy. We did so much. We've got to catch up on orders. Miranda is filling as we speak. We have a new team member coming on starting next week. Her name is also Emily. She'll be Emily too. Not our old Emily, but our new Emily. She's coming on to help us work through orders and to assist Miranda so I don't light Miranda's hair on fire every day. No, I feel like, I'm all Miranda this and Miranda's running around.
I thought you were about to threaten actually lighting my hair.
No.
But no.
Girl.
I work well under pressure.
She does work well under pressure, which is a good thing because, me, I like to apply pressure. So stay tuned to the newsletters this weekend. We're going to have kind of some chill stuff going on. I'll have some great links and stuff there for you. I'll get all that going. So that's the story. So Emily will be here. She'll be here next week. So we're really, really, really grateful. She also has some other interesting things in her background. So it'll be fun. She'll be a great, I think, addition to the crazy that is here. So, Miranda, tell Emily that she's already being welcomed.
Yay.
On here. And that's my story. I'm sticking to it. So have a fantastic weekend, all. We really appreciate you. No stitch in this weekend. Tomorrow, actually, I'm going to be hanging with my Fresno Fiber Arts Guild. My friend Laura is teaching a class, and it's the first meeting of the season. I'll also link, I need to make a note. I'll link the Fresno Fiber Arts Guild in the newsletter this weekend as well. They've got a lot of great classes coming up, including one of my in-person classes next year, a bag making class. We're also working on the retreat. We are ready to book the retreat center for the East Coast. Janice still has a couple of spots in her East Coast gathering. Emily 1 and I are working on the Fresno Metals retreat. So there's a lot of stuff going on. So, but I'll put the Fiber Arts Guild in the newsletter this weekend because it's a really great resource. If you live within a few hours of Fresno, or if you want to fly in for the weekend and do one of their great classes, they're really, really fantastic. So my mom's going to Fiber Guild with me tomorrow. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time. So I'll report back. I'm taking a painting class with our friend Laura, who helps out here. So out of the goodness of her heart, I'll tell you. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. So I'll write some interesting newsletters for you this weekend. So yes, Ellen, thank you, Ellen, for your help today. As always, with getting things linked and standing in for Janice. But I hope everybody's doing well. So hang tight, hang in there, everybody. Lots of loves out to you. I'll see you on Wednesday. I have a fun project. It's going to be, I'm pulling one of Danielle Wicks's projects, her, the crescent, it's the crescent earring, out of mothballs. So we're going to have fun because now we have 15-aughts. And when I did the project, we did not have 15s. We only had 11s. So I'm going to do that on Wednesday. And then Friday, I'm going to bring back something that seems to be trending, which will be perfect for you folks to make for holiday gifts. So see, I've got a plan for next week already. I'm ahead of the game. All right. Thanks so much, all. Have a great weekend. And I'll talk to you next week. Thanks, all. Bye-bye.